Look at them now, they all ladies. Seem like yesterday they were so young. Now they're so beautiful, looking for fun.
This is what skating's all about. Pro, amateur contests, these things don't really matter when you're just out on the streets having some fun with your friends.
Let's play rubber style, yeah.
Style King of the Week.
Kevin Harris, he's this week's Style King. He's the proud owner of 2 skate parks in Canada and has been a top freestyle skater for over a decade. Tell us about the Canadian skate scene.
It's really happening. I live in Vancouver, which is on the west coast, and a lot of great places to skate. 2 indoor parks, 3 outdoor parks. It's a great scene.
The skate must be kind of hard, though, to skate during the winter months.
Yeah, the dog sleds and stuff. I mean, a lot of people think that we have like 30 feet of snow all the time, but it's actually a pretty warm climate. We just get a lot of rain in the winter, not too much snow at all.
Are you own your own skate park?
Yeah, it was always something that we really wanted to do. Joe Meyer and myself, we opened it up and got Lance Mountain to come in and design a lot of stuff, and it's all multi-ramps that all connect together, and anybody can come up and skate it.
What do you like doing when you're not skating?
I love collecting and driving like old 60s muscle car stuff.
60 cars?
Yeah, a lot of fun. I got an old 63 Vet. It's a lot of fun to drive. I got that and an old Mustang, a 66 Mustang, and an old Buick that I have. I have fun with them, but I usually get other people to do like the work to get them all in running condition.
You're not like the working mechanic?
No, not really.
The loonie. Tell me about the loonie.
They took away our dollar bill, and they gave us this gold coin called the loonie, and it's just a waste of time. It's like having change in your pocket. And there's this bird on it that's a northern bird. It's called a loon, so everybody calls it a loon.
Oh, so they call you the rebel.
I guess they call me a rebel because I never do nothing bad, I guess. So it's like this inside joke kind of thing, but...
They call you the Iceman. Is that your other nickname?
They call me that because I'm from Canada, and I got like a smooth style when I skate, so they call me like, deferring back to like an ice skater would be. Yeah.
Any road trip stories?
The guy who was organizing everything for us in Spain brought us to the airport, and we missed our plane by about half an hour, and we had a drive, which he thought was about 4 hours, and it took us about 10, and all these back gravel roads. By the time we got there, we were 2 hours late for the demo. We were really tired, and he was supposed to have us a hotel there. Well, it worked out that it was vacation season there, and there was no place to stay. And he didn't want to drive us 10 hours all the way back to Madrid, so he stuck us on a train at about 12 o'clock at night, and we slept all the train all the way back. Get back to Madrid, he's supposed to be there to pick us up. He wasn't there. We just wasted like 24 hours of traveling.
The nightmare road trip.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Yeah.
Here they are, the first of the top 10 skate TV street tricks. But first, here's Rodney Mulling starting things off with a little freewheeling, fast-footed freestyling. Ron Chapman, ollie to bench to rail slide, grab back to bench. Check this out, ollie to bench, rail slide, grabs like a mute. Oh, pulls off, back to bench. Oh my goodness. Here's Jeremy Klein doing one of those crazy little 180, like 360 kind of shove it ollie type of street maneuvers. Oh, crazy. Oh, Tom Knox, half cab, tweaking those indies, backside 50-50, shove it. Oh, look at this, slow-mo, tweaking the truck. Guess who? It's Nodis. Down the rail, slide on the tail. Check him out. Woo, backwards, forwards. Oh, Nodis. Now, a rail slide from the out of focus video by Alva into a revert. Now, check this out. Slow-mo to the rail slide. Look at that distance, boy. Over the hump. Gotta get over the hump, then it's a little revert. Oh, Mr. Nick. Here's Ventura-bred skater Mark Partain. Mark grew up skating bowls and pools in the early 70s and remains a strong force in today's vertical realm. Time to meet the man, Mark Partain. What up?
How's it going, Taters?
Good, man. Well, a lot of people out there who don't know you need to know a few things about you, so let's get busy. How long have you been skating?
I've been skating for about 20 years now. Started when I was 5 years old. Took my sister's roller skates apart, put them on a 2x4. 1968.
So you're the 20-plus club.
Yeah, that's
all right.
it.
Not too many of us around.
I like skating anything that's not meant to skate. Pools. 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 So the terrain's really raw. It's not really meant to skate, but it is skatable. It's got good transit, it's got transition. Anything with transition, it's not meant to skate, it's fun.
Kind of like defying the laws of gravity and of the man who made it, huh?
That's right.
What do you think about skating in contests?
Contests are for the moment. Just for the moment. 60 seconds. That's
Boom.
about it. Yeah.
You don't think it really proves anything, then?
Oh, I don't think it proves anything. I think the best skater in the world can have a bad 60 seconds, so.
Okay, any good road stories?
Jeff Grosso.
No. Okay.
He's crazy. He's crazy. Right now, I'm working on getting a company started, Renegade Skateboards.
All right.
And that's basically my new board.
Is that what this is over here?
That's what that is.
You got a little
over there.
Renegade skate right here?
That's it, man.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's 7 plies hard rock maple. It's got a nice kick nose, nice tail. It's 31.5 long by 10 inches wide. Works pretty good.
Well, if it works for you, I'm sure it works just fine.
Yeah.
Next up, special guest Jim Fitzpatrick with info on t-shirts and wheel printing.
So here's a silk screen for a new t-shirt that's being developed. Same basic process that's used in deck printing. Design is burned into this photosensitive chemical that's on the screen itself. And then we've got an abundance of machines here that we use. Some of them are manually operated, and the ones that are running right now are actual automated machines we can go down and look at. The shirt that's being printed is actually done in just 4 colors, and it's being printed almost like a photograph on a shirt. Okay, so the finished shirt comes off the machine itself and goes into a drying oven, not unlike a big large pizza oven, which cures the ink, and they come out the other end, they're all finished and ready to wear. So, wheels, urethane, A lot of high-tech stuff. There's different hardenances, there's different sizes, and like the shirts and like the boards, what distinguish wheels at this point now are also the graphics that go on the side of the wheel. So once we have the wheel poured and it's been cut on the lathe and it's ready to be printed, it uses something called a pad printer, which is a machine that's operating right over here. Here, the design that's being done is actually a three-color design.
Coming up next on Skate TV, the first Savannah Slamma Street Contest, the enthusiastic Guy Mariano, the happy Eric Sanderson, plus the final street tricks you won't want to miss on the Street Beat Show. Skate TV!
Hey now, there's more shredding to come on Nick.
Our story begins deep in the South, a land steeped in tradition, where, at the mouth of the Savannah River, Colonel Charles H. Olmsted surrendered Fort Pulaski on the night of April 10th, 1861, thus eliminating any chance the South may have had for victory when our nation was torn asunder during that great strife known as the Civil War.
The Savannah Slamma was the first modern street-style contest of its kind, featuring contemporary street terrain obstacles such as curb boxes, railings, and sliders that you've seen being built here. The workers included one Fausto Vitello, Tall Dog, James Red Dog Muir, Lance Mountain Man, Stacy, and Fitzpatrick. This one-day event attracted all the top pros. And here are a clip of the top 5 finalists. Woo! Tommy Guerrero, jammin' at the Savannah Slammin'. Woo! Tommy G sliding. Whoa! Posing. Bogan, skate Bogan. Whoa! Number 4, Gonzalez. Check him out. Oh, little ollie frontside board slide. Woo! And then he does a little like wall maneuver. Fakey. Over the car onto. Woo! Whoop, 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 whoop. Hi, Pepe. Up. Rail slide up with the O in the background. And down. The third is Dressin. Eric D. Check him out, sliding the bunny hop to slide to off. Oh my goodness, Eric, you're just incredible, right? And then look at this little nose pick, and he grabbed the little pick a winner move. And then we have number 2. After Eric D does this little stylish hand slide maneuver on the wall, is Caballero. Look out, the determined, the effervescent, the flat landing of Mr. Caballero. Oh, onto the car front side. Oh, off. Oh my goodness, we're upside down. Oh, he's so incredible. Look at that. And now, the number 1 man, Christian Hosoi, just boosting off the top railing and then rail slide down and then, just jumping on cars and going off in a Hosoi style. Check him out. Watch this. Watch this frontside height. Stop that camera, please, for me on this one. Right, stop. Oh, check the height.
My basic day is usually wake up, go to school, and usually go skate with my friends, Mike and Junior. And sometimes they're not home, just go skate with my friend Francois. He's pretty cool. It's real fun. Then just come home, do my homework, then eat, go to sleep, then on and on.
Hanging out with Guy Mariano right here at Skate TV. How's it going, Guy?
Fine. It's going good.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade. It's pretty fun.
I got bad thought. I knew it.
Someone stole the doormat from the front of my
I knew you were gonna get it.
hotel room.
All right,
I need this
all
back,
right. I can't. You won't let me wear it. You won't let me wear it.
My panties without it.
You, Mariano. Mariano, what a goof. You know a lot of professional skaters?
Just mostly like Lance and them. Lance is real cool.
You skate with Lance a lot, don't you?
Yeah, we usually go skate ramp a lot with him and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Do you teach him? Did you take time out?
Yeah, like he teaches us lots of vert tricks, and then sometimes we teach him some street tricks when he goes with us and stuff.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subjects? Probably woods and metals. It's pretty fun. It's pretty rad. It's pretty rad. It's pretty rad.
You're so young. Do you have any advice to other young skaters out there watching?
Just don't be so competitive. Like, most of the kids today, they're all like, I want to be better than you, better than this, and then you should just skate to have fun.
I'm Ray Barbie, and when you go out skating the street, watch out for rocks and cracks.
Welcome to the deep end, and today it smokes with a wad of good footage. First, the beef of the week. This beef comes to us from our trip to Santa Barbara with Team Effigy. This is chuck steak with a beef steak. Oh! Medium rare, please. Here. Get those VCRs ready. Here's Skate TV's Trick of the Week. This week's trickster is John Soner with a big fat stale fish over the canyon. Check it out. Stale fish grab, tabletop, little style tweak. Ooh. Impressive. Now let's see what our home viewers have to offer. Now, the home viewer video. Check it. This week's home viewer video comes from skaters Kevin Cushman and friends. Thanks, guys. Send your tapes to Skate TV and watch for them in shows to come. Now we're going to tease you with another clip. Here are some clips from the latest Blockhead Skate video featuring Omar Hassan and company founder David Berthold. It's time to meet a hot skater and his two cool kin. Let's meet Eric Sanderson at home.
My name is Eric Sanderson. I'm 19. I live in West Covina, California.
My name's Larry Sanderson. I'm Eric's dad.
First started skating freestyle. I got bored of it. I started skating vert, street, mini ramp. It's much more fun. Then I built my ramp, which is a mini ramp. And my mom and dad built it.
Building the skateboard ramp was really a fun project. It started off kind of slow, and we didn't know how much was involved, but it ended up being a family project, and we all worked on it.
Having mini ramps helps because you get used to smaller transitions, and it helps you bring yourself up to bigger ramps and helps you on street too.
It's a real good sport. The kids are very involved in it. They're very health conscious.
It's my buddy, Turtle. We street skate together, but we don't skate ramp together because he shreds me up.
They have a place to come with a skateboard ramp in the backyard instead of hanging out someplace. And we've met a lot of really nice people in this sport.
I've been working on lip slide, Smith guard, and reverts, Smith grind, lip slide, Smith guard, and reverts, varials over the spine, half cab Japans over the spine, 360 airs, finger flip airs to fakie, which I haven't made yet, and I've just been basically working on trying to go fast. Enough of this, let's skate. natural high. Ideal. Really happy I turned pro. Get to travel a lot more and, you know, and go to contests all over the place, skate new things, meet new people. Very positive thing.
We believe that competition for the kids is very important, prepares them for the rest of their lives.
Here they are, the final 5 Skate TV street tricks. Once again, let's take another bonus look at freestyling Rodney Mullen. First up is 11-year-old shredder Chris Brana with a ramp launch to rail slide, proving that age is only a number. Here's young hot am Alan Peterson with an ollie to backside planner slide. And off. Whoop, 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 whoop. And off. Next up, we have Ron Chapman doing a nose pick to shove it off. Nose pick a winner to shove it off. Ooh. Next, we have MSA founder and tough skate skater Block Montoya doing his patented wall ride DeVario 360 land and roll away in slow-mo. So stylish, Block. Check him out, that landing. To roll away in the surf styling. Next, we have the ollie variation. Woo, did you see that over the trash can late night with this, look at kickflip ollie 180, rail grab, coming up backwards to revert. Yes.
Your regular event. It's Shred, Shred, Shred Fest. Next on Nick.
Nick. Skate TV, the only skateboarding show made by skaters for skaters. On today's show, we'll be meeting Santa Cruz star Jeff Kendall, pool legend David Hackett, Rebel skater Eddie Radigi, plus we'll hang out at Derby Park and visit Jesse Roach on location. We'll learn about re-drilling boards with Lance Mountain, and don't forget about our visit with skate park owner and Bowden's Brigade legend Mike McGill.
I'm Skate Master State, living large, launching lips off the lunge into 5-0 grinds to the mine, 540 mid twist that you wouldn't believe to grapefruit revert. Now I'm going to send you over to my man here. His name is Matt Lynn.
All right, man.
You got Kendall here, okay?
I got Kendall, man. I got him covered.
You better, I'm telling
MC,
you.
Mike
He'll
Man
do
in
ya.
control.
You better do it.
Everything I learned was from that man right there, Tater, Skate Master Man.
Style king of the week.
Jeff Kendall's this week's Style King. Jeff lives and skates within a half hour of the Santa Cruz factory. He's co-founder of the famous warehouse ramp in San Jose and is known to do tail taps daily on the ceiling beam above the ramp. Let's meet Jeff Kendall. How's it going, Jeff?
It's all right.
Good. I hear you really like doing demos.
Well, yeah, demos are fun, yeah. I like, it's just no pressure. You just go, you skate. In front of a lot of people, pushes you. You usually skate better during, situations like that. It's fun. I like it.
What originally got you started? 11 years ago. What motivated you to get on your board?
Just the thrill to do it. It just became,
just the rush?
I was hooked as soon as, the first time I did it, I was hooked.
What process do you, as a professional, go through when you're developing a new trick?
Well, just keep trying until you make it. That's what I try and do. And I don't like to give up, But sometimes I do. Sometimes I fall, most of the time I follow through and try it. And whether you slam or whatever, just keep trying until you make it, because...
Perseverance.
Yeah.
Tell us about your warehouse in San Jose.
Well, we got a warehouse that's sort of private that me and Corey O'Brien run. And It's we got a big ramp in there and a vertical and a mini ramp. And it just keeps us all in shape. It's helped us out a lot in contests and stuff because we have somewhere to skate every day, whether it's raining or cold out, you know, it's all indoors. So it's really cool. It's helped out a lot of the skaters there in San Jose.
What do you think about competitions?
They're fun. Like I said, I like demos a little better, but yeah, competitions is a lot of pressure. But,
Pressure's to be the best you can.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Jeff, for coming and joining us.
Thanks, nice meeting you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, and if you ever get up to Santa Cruz, check out Jeff Kendall.
Let's skate.
Skate TV visited one of the last freestanding public skate parks left in California and caught up with some of the locals.
It's okay. You know, I don't...
So here we are at Derby Park in beautiful Santa Cruz, California, one of the last free parks in the known United States, if not the world. Right, guys? Right. You guys come here regularly?
Yeah.
How long has it been here?
10, 12 years. Longer than I have.
What's the deal here? You're at your own risk, you skate?
Yeah, this place is owned. All the neighborhoods around here, it's owned by all the people just kind of own it. They pay for it on their taxes and such.
And they let you skate with no equipment, there's no restrictions?
No supervision.
No police, it's great.
No hassles. Anything you'd like to say about this place that you like?
You like it because it's soiled.
And?
It's in the soil. It's part of the soil.
It's the only park we got. So
You like it
lucky to
because it's
have
here and you
this.
can skate whenever you want.
It's illegal everywhere else, and this is the only place they can turn to when they want it.
Suzanne, what started you into skateboarding?
Probably my brother. He used to skate. I started skating when I was about 12, off and on until now.
You've been skating Derby Park for what?
Probably 5, 7 years.
5 to 7 years?
You know, off and on, not hardcore, but
Who are some of your favorite skaters? Do you know Cara Beth Burnside?
yeah, I know Cara Beth. I skated with her one.
Do you like her?
She's cool. Yeah, I do. I look
up
up
to
to her. I know Stephanie Pearson's like, actually, she's really cool.
David Hackett is a longtime pool legend and artist. His artistic vision was born from his passion for skating and now extends into all areas of his life. Integrity and style are the marks of David Hackett. With me today is one of the meanest pool shredders in the world today, David Hackett. Hey, Dave, what up?
What's up, Tatum?
How you doing, man?
Good.
So what's the difference between now and then, when you were starting skating and the sport today?
That's a tough question. I don't know. I'd say there's a lot of differences in the sport of skating today. Mainly, one of the big things is, you know, the maneuvers that people are doing today compared to some of the basic maneuvers that we started out with. And I think along with that, a lot of the terrain has changed. Mini ramps, spines, ultra mini ramps, mega mini ramps. I think attitudes have changed, clothing, styles, everything has basically changed.
How long do you think you'll be staying in the sport, involved?
Oh, till I can still walk or move or roll on my skateboard, definitely.
Arthritis, huh?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
skate
going
forever,
till the
quit
end.
never.
Exactly, old and bold.
Never gonna be sold.
That's the deal.
Sure. Aren't you interested in art and design, too?
Absolutely, definitely. I've been doing art ever since I was a wee child, and now that's how I make my living. I'm a full-time artist. I was working for Jimmy Z for about 3 or 4 years, designing clothing, you know, graphics, logos, all that kind of stuff. And now I'm freelance, and I do, like, you know, artwork for a bunch of different companies instead of just one.
So tell me now, not too many people know about, you know, your background and stuff. How long have you been skating?
Well, I started in '65, and now it's 1990. I've been skating for 25 years. I got my first board in '65 when I was 5, and I got it for Christmas.
You also been
29,
surfing
yeah.
for just as long, haven't you?
Actually, I started surfing after I started skateboarding. I started surfing when I was 9, but I started skating when I was 5. So I had like 4 years of skating in before I even paddled out in the water.
What got you started?
Surfing or skating?
Skating.
Well, I don't know. It was under the tree, you know, and I went over there and I went, wow, you know, this is it. And I built an obstacle course in my garage with my brother, you know, and we used to race around this thing. And ever since then, I don't know, it's just been a thing that I like to do.
Anything you'd like to say, you know, about skate safety?
Well, I don't know. I'm not really a person that should really talk about safety. I've been known to not wear pads most of my life. And the reason I do that is because when I started skateboarding, there were no pads, you know, and the ones that they had were those little gymnastic pads that don't really protect you. What they would do is they'd just come off or slide down and you'd hit your knee anyway, you know. So I developed a style of riding that is without pads, and I feel pretty confident with that style. And I find that whenever I ride with pads, it makes my style tighter, and it puts me in a position of not being loose, and I'm not able to really protect myself. And it took me a long time to even learn how to do a knee slide. That's one of the newest tricks that I learned. It took me 5 years to relearn running out of a maneuver as opposed to knee sliding out of a maneuver, right? So that took me quite a while. And I do believe in safety equipment and pads, and I think everyone should wear them at all times, especially if you're starting skateboarding, because you should learn how to use them from the start.
So with that positive note, I'd like to say, late!
Let's go to the skate shop now and learn about re-drilling boards with Lance Mountain. Re-drill.
Boring.
Boring holes. We're getting real technical today with Lance Mountain on how to re-drill your board.
Okay, this is gonna be a hard one.
Take it away, Lance.
A lot of guys like riding smaller wheelbase on street and a bigger one on vert.
What?
Well, those would be your wheelbase right here. And on vertical, you want a bigger one for more stability when you're landing tricks and stuff. And on street, it'd be a smaller one moved in like that. And that gives you tighter turning radius and stuff. And the other one would be on a thrashed old board like this, say, where your nose is really small or your tail's gotten really small, and you want to make it rideable again. And some of them are even coming re-drilled on the front already, so you can choose vert or street, you know. Check your wheelbase. A wheelbase is measured from the inside of your holes or the outside of to the inside, you know. Mm-hmm. And a normal one is about 15. This one's 15 and a half, and I want to measure it back ½ inch. So what you do is make sure that your ruler goes straight through the center of your holes, and you draw a straight line back all the way. And you do that on both sides.
Does it look straight down there, too?
Looks all right, yeah.
No, we don't have our special tools. Special? Yeah, that's pretty good. And you measure a ½ inch back, too, after that. Make a cross. There. And you take an awl or something to make a starter dent. The hammer. Skate hammer.
Oh, it's rough.
Well, then you line them up and you drill them straight down. Do all 4 of them. Mount your board up and see how crooked you did it.
Well, that's it.
Another mechanical moment with Mr. Mountain.
The technical aspect.
You got it. Coming up next on Skate TV, we'll meet and skate with Eddie Radicke. Visit Jesse Roach on location and hang out with Mike McGill at his home park.
Hey now, there's more shredding to come on Nick. Shred, best.
Hanging out here with Eddie Radicke. How's it going, Eddie?
Pretty good.
Good. First question is, what originally got you started in skateboarding?
Well, you know what happened? My friend down the street emptied his pool. And I went there, and there's like 10, 15 people skating. And I was just watching it, and after everybody left, I picked up a skateboard, went for it. By that night, the first time I ever skated, I was grinding by the second day. And I knew it was for me.
You hang out now with Christian Soy, don't you?
Yeah, he's one of my good buddies. like skating with Christian because he's like pretty much one of the best guys in the world. And when you skate with someone good, you learn from him.
What kind of terrain do you like skating the best?
I like vertical. Vertical skating is the best because you can just float in the air. 6-7 foot airs. It's like the best feeling in the world.
What do you think of the Skate TV mini ramp?
I like it. I really do. It's a nice little spine ramp right here. It's good. These guys are ripping it up. These young kids.
Killer day of action. Eddie drops into our Skate TV mini ramp and launches a mute grab transfer over spine into a lean air ramp transfer to a front side grind. A backside tail slide. And finally a reckless rock and roll pivot off the edge.
I like kids, like, when they ask me questions and stuff. Because I remember how I was when I was an amateur. Before I was amateur, when I was just a little skater, I used to idolize all the pros, and I know...
Like who?
Like Steve Olson and Stacy Peralta and Tony Alva. And just everybody that was into it back then.
What do you think of the sport? I mean, in terms of competitions. You like competitions?
Contests are fun. You gotta skate contests to prove yourself.
If you can change one thing about competitions, what would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know, you can't put you on the
Yeah,
spot.
I don't know. There's a lot of things I would change. I would make the contest more fun, more of an art form, because that's what skateboarding is. It's an art form. It's a way of expressing yourself. But contests, you have to skate for the judges. You have to do their kind of tricks, their style of tricks.
So it should be a matter of having fun then?
Yeah, that's why I got into skateboarding, because it was fun.
Here's Jesse Roach on the Vans training ramp. Jesse's one of the hottest 12-year-old skaters around and skates every day.
My dad said I couldn't skate until I was 10, but I kind of broke that rule.
Skating sort of found Jesse, or he found skating. I don't know how that worked, but I always knew he was athletically inclined, and I sort of wondered, I wonder what sport he'll end up with. And naturally, I'm behind him in any sport he chooses. This just happened to be skating, and it's been a lot of fun. I love to watch him skate.
I got started in skateboarding, but I don't know. Like, my big brother just started building ramps. Like, he built ramps and stuff, and like, he had a skateboard, and I'd like go buttboarding down the road and stuff. Like, he said he had beaten me up if I didn't skate standing up. And so I started standing up. I went and skated the Del Mar contest. This is Castle contest. My first real run, I tried to drop in. I've never skated on a vert ramp before. And like, I dropped in and I'm not sure what happened, but I landed on my face. And got back up and skating. I got 5th place.
The board stayed up there. Unreal.
Just be quiet.
And when he dropped in, the board stood there, and he just face first down. Everybody talks about it. The kid that fell at Del Mar. That was his. That was his. his entrance into the skate world, face first.
On ramps, you knee slide and you need knee pads. On ramp, I wear wrist guards, knee pads, elbow pads, and hip pads, and a helmet. I start new tricks. Sometimes I just see my friends do them and I start trying them. And like sometimes I'm trying one trick and I accidentally do another trick. And just stuff like that. I visualize it in my mind.
Hi, my name's Kevin Harris. Progress at your own level and don't try tricks that you're not ready for.
Dwelling in the deep end again, my friend. Let's beef. This week, beefsters Eric Dressen, to a back knee slam. Block to a knee slide, preventing the slam. And we have Dressen, slamming. Very, very good. How about the Skate TV trick of the week? This week's trickster is Eric Dressen making that 360 ramp transfer over the spine. Let's check it out in Skate TV instant replay slow-mo action. Yeah. Classic stuff there, guys. Now let's check out the home viewer video. This tape comes to us from Daniel Oliveras in Grimes, California, located near the Sacramento River. The town of Grimes has a population of 350, and Daniel tells us after agriculture, skating is one of the town's chief industries. Crazy! Now, if you have some tape of yourself, it does you no good sitting collecting dust. Send it in, all right? We want that footage of you, all right? And we'll put it on the air. Hey, you might be a star. You never know until you do it, bro. Now let's check out a hot new promo video from Christian Hossoi's new company, Tough Skates. And now our Skate TV exclusive visit with Mike McGill.
When this was a skate park, about 15 years ago, it closed down after about 4 years, and it turned into a catfish park. And people would come and catch their catfish. And then, 7 or 8 years later, we turned it into a skate park again. As you can see, some of these signs, heads and skins removed. I don't know if maybe you like the head on your catfish, I don't know.
Perfect, dude. Yeah.
It's a big thing to invent tricks. Once a trick's been done, it's been done, you know, you've seen somebody do it. But to invent a trick, it's a very self-satisfying feeling because you're the only one that's ever done this particular trick. Most of the ramps here, we didn't have when I first started skating. We had just concrete bowls and some pools, to skate. But now the ramps are so perfect, you can change them or, there's no kinks or anything like that, so it just makes it a lot easier to learn tricks. The best thing about having my own skate park is I can skate whenever I want to, but the worst thing is fixing the ramps, okay? I don't like fixing the ramps.
Fully rad, man. So gnarly.
Wicked twist. sister, but
Yeah, he told me that down there.
but a little more spin there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hope all you guys can come and skate the park. We'll be here, and either me or my dad or, you know, the boys will skate, you know, do some grinds, do some twists, and have a good time. So come on over.
And on that note, we're gonna end it.
Yeah, we're out of here, so
we gotta go.
Stay hip and always grind the lip.
Justice, that's what you find, just us.
Shredfest. We have Shredfest. Nickelodeon Shredfest is in orbit and ripping up the ozone. There's more shredding your way on Nick.
We were once a sitcom family on your black and white TV. Now we're off the air, been pulled from there and dropped into reality. Life was once much duller, they put color in our monochrome. Still she gabs all day and spends my money. I find the situation funny. Doesn't life seem so rerunny? Hi honey, I'm home. Hi honey, I'm home.
Honey Comes Home, Friday.
My name's Coco and I swing from the trees. I live in the jungle.
Nick.
It's Nickelodeon Skate TV, the only skateboard show made by skaters for skaters. On today's show, you'll meet San Francisco pro Jim Thiebaud, top world champion Christian Hosoi, a look at Jason Rogers on the Skate TV mini ramp, and a special trip to Fresno, California. We'll find out how trucks are made and learn about skate shoes with Lance Mountain. Plus, a Skate TV exclusive interview with Steve Size.
I'm Skate Master Tate, and today we're gonna be checking out some tough tearing thrashing with the tip-top ollie flip-flop to the backside grab, feeble fakie with the wicked twisters for my main man, the Mister Matt Lynn. Matt,
yeah,
you got Thiebaud.
I got Thiebaud.
It's another one of my boys you can't be messing with.
I got him.
Take care of him.
No doubt. Jim Thiebaud. He's our style king of the week, Jim Thiebaud. Jim began skateboarding in the late 1970s. He's been riding as a fully sponsored professional for the past 3 years and likes to skate everything, from curbs to ramps, jumps, bowls, or anything made of concrete. His dedication to the sport is an inspiration to any skater, professional or beginner. Jim Thiebaud, he's our next guy. He's a soul monster. The skater himself skates day and night for the passion and the love of the sport. Jim Thiebaud. Jim, let's take a seat, man.
All right.
So, Jim, our first question. How do you feel about the attitude today in skateboarding?
I think generally they're pretty good. Sometimes I see some people putting other people down and stuff. You know, I'll go out touring with Tommy or something, and kind of bums me out. I see, you know, people putting down kids who are just starting and stuff, and, you know, I think to be a little more open. I feel that way about it.
Do you get a chance to talk to the kids when you do demos?
Yeah, lately, like the last couple demos I've been doing for about the last 6 months or something, I like talk to the shop owner before I come out and say, look, you know, I don't want to just come out, fly for an hour and skate. How you doing? Big rock star kook, you know, sign your shirt and I'm out of here. I like saying, you know, let's open it up and let all the kids skate with me.
And be real, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I wouldn't like to come to see someone and just stand there, see him for about 15 minutes and then that's it. You know, I'd rather hang with him and talk to him. So I think the interaction is real positive.
Yeah, I know that, but I think, you know, to learn, it's, you know, the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah.
It just gives them the chance to expand on their own talent.
We're all pretty much equal is the way I kind of think about it. And even though maybe, you know, this is what I do for a living and stuff, it's still just like everyone else who's serious about it.
What do you think is different about skating in San Francisco as compared to down south?
It's kind of like we're all like real tight and stuff.
Bonded and united together?
Yeah, it's funny because like me and Tommy are just no different than anyone else. You know, we'll show up to a spot and whereas people...
Is this?
Wow! Brother!
Yeah, rock and roll, man. We've been planning that for so long.
It doesn't matter because he knows he's gonna pay for that. You know.
The art gallery. When you're in a session, what kind of terrain do you guys like to skate?
We skate a lot of hills because San Francisco's all hills. We go down a bunch. We call them runs. Like take a bus. You get on the bus for about a quarter, and you get to ride the bus 3 times. You get a transfer that's worth 3 times. You get to go up, like top of the hill. You come down. Takes about 10 minutes, and then you do it again. We do a bunch of runs, maybe a couple times a day. Hit a bunch of curb spots, Safeway curbs, Sears. There's a bunch of stuff. It's all different, you know. My mom's 100% supportive about it. I couldn't ask for anything more from my mom. She wears all the stuff. She really thinks the Powell sweats. She just called me up the other day and said she bought a pair and stuff. She's into that kind of stuff, and she likes it a lot. She's a teacher, and so sometimes we go and do demos at her school and stuff.
What do you plan on doing in the future?
I'll be skating for a while still, and when I'm done competing, you know, competitively, I'll be still skating and probably doing something in the skating business. You know, I definitely will. This is my life, and that's what I want to do with it.
It's a way of life. All right, Jim Thiebaud.
All right, thanks
a lot, man. A wet Jim Thiebaud here on the artistic couch at Skate TV.
Skate TV dropped into Fresno, California, and checked on the Fresno Skate Posse. We're happy to find that skateboarding is going stronger than ever in the heartland of the state. Right along. Let's find out what's on the mind of Christian Hosoi. Hey, Christian, what's up?
How's it going, Taters?
Good. How you doing?
All right.
Christian, tell us about your skateboard company and what you're doing with it these days.
I've been changing a lot lately. I changed the name from Hosoi to Tough Skates because it involves making my skaters feel comfortable, the professional riders on my team, because we compete against each other. And it just makes them have something to push for. Instead of pushing for their competition, they're pushing for a company that represents them, so it makes them feel a lot more comfortable when they're skating in competition.
Christian is known to be a fierce competitor. His concentration and control have made him almost unbeatable. In contest, Christian is placed in the top 2 so often in street and vert that his domination of the terrain is quite clear. Christian, you're recognized as one of the best pros ever. What tips do you have for anyone who wants to be a pro skater?
Most I would say is to wear your equipment, because it's very vital that you wear your equipment. You know, once you ruin your kneecap, your elbow, your wrist, it can lack your time of learning. You need to have all the time for learning instead of time for getting better from being injured, you know?
Are there a lot more top contenders than there used to be?
Oh, there's a lot more top contenders nowadays, and they're getting younger because the generations are changing, just like when we started skating amateurs and turning pro. We were the younger generation, me and Tony Hawk, and now there's guys like Danny Way and Omar Hassan and Buster Holtzman who are now 16 years old and competing and giving us heavy competition. So definitely there's a new widespread of professional skateboarders.
Skaters should keep in mind about the most important thing that they should think about when skating?
Just concentrate on your skateboarding. Don't get confused with all the business, because a lot of the skaters of nowadays are worried about their business plans instead of their skating, and it's making them get frustrated mentally instead of physically. You got to concentrate on that instead of concentrate on who your sponsor is and what they do for you. That'll come to you when you skate good, and that's all you should concentrate on is your ability.
Cool, calm, and collected.
From Tate's.
And with like that, we're out of here.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Thanks, Dave.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Lance Mountain, and today we're going to talk about shoes. Shoes.
The proper shoe to skate in isn't one of these or these.
Good shoe.
Good shoe.
We're talking about skate shoes.
What makes a good skateboard shoe, Lance?
Well, basically you want support for your ankles and a good bottom to grip on the board. Some come with lace savers to save your laces because they rip when you knee slide. Some comes with ollie area, like for a patch where you ollie to support there, because sometimes you get a hole. Sometimes you get holes on the noses of the thing. So we'll show you how to fix up your shoe today, I guess. On a normal thing like that, you can probably just throw duct tape on there, you know? You want to try that?
Sure. I think I've seen Matt do it on your desert boots.
Yeah, actually I did.
That is not how
That
you
is
do it.
nicely done.
Not how you do it.
Remember, Terry
show
is
me how
a
to do
trained
it then.
professional.
How am I supposed to know how to do this?
Only
You're the
trained-
pro. Weak.
Oh, the answer.
Okay. Okay, so you have a little hole, you want to fill it up, get a little piece of duct tape.
Duct tape.
And pop it in there so the goop won't come through. You pour your goop on and just spread it around there with a little stick they provide. Let that dry. That'll work. No, it won't work. Yeah, let me show you how you do this one right. Well, you pretty much did it right.
Ah!
What, you're stuck. He's stuck. Okay, he's stuck. Okay, he's stuck.
This is how you repair a shoe with duct tape, all right? I don't care how many contests he won. I don't care how many models he sold.
Get it, Tate.
This
Tate's
is how
a
you
trained
fix it,
professional.
right?
He can do this.
All right?
It's fixed. Good as new. Good as new.
If it don't work, hey, try it again, right? Get some more tape, we can put it around, huh? You got it? All right.
So it's Tate and Matt on shoe repair.
Next up, we'll visit the Venture Skate Factory and find out how trucks are made. We'll meet and skate with Jason Rogers and our Skate TV exclusive interview with Steve Size, so stick around.
Shred Fest.
We're kicking alive here with 16-year-old Jason Rogers. How you doing, Jason?
Pretty good, Matt.
What started you? I mean, what prompted you to actually get on your stick and ride?
Well, I used to race bicycles with my friend, and he had an old skateboard in his garage, this little metal skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the time of big boards, but he just had this old metal board, so I rode that around and did slides and stuff, and I was stoked. So I begged my dad to buy me one, and he finally did.
You skated with your friend? Who else you skate with?
My dad used to skate with me at Del Mar Skate Park.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
So Christian Soy started, yeah. So, does he still skate?
No, he's 40, so he rolls around. But
how'd you go about being sponsored?
I just always skated with Tony Magnuson a lot at this ramp by my house, so it was pretty much, I just got to the point where I was good enough to be sponsored by 8th Street, and I got on 8th Street.
What's the big difference for you? I mean, in terms of being an amateur and now you're professional?
Just the level of competition's a lot harder. The pros are a lot better. There's Tony Hawk, Christian, Magnuson, Danny Way, everyone. So it's much harder.
Yeah, but pushes you to a better level.
Yeah, yeah, you get a lot better.
You just turned pro. How's that working with your schooling?
I don't really have to miss that much school. It's just like I have to miss a Thursday and a Friday to go if it's a contest weekend, but that's it. And we're on block schedule, so it's only missing one day because Thursday is odd classes and Friday is even, so it's only missing one day. I just get all my work and then do it on the plane or whatever.
I hear you're an English guy. You like the English class in school.
Yeah, I guess that's my favorite class. I like to write and stuff.
Really? What kind of writing?
I just write about things that I see in everyday life.
This is Jason dropping into our Skate TV mini ramp. Frontside Smith, to a frontside grind, a frontside disaster, a backwards rock walk, backside disaster, and a huge ollie to fakie. A ramp transition to a 5-0 grind. What types of terrain do you like to skate?
I try to skate everything to its fullest. I don't just skate one thing. I mean, if I skate vert, like 3 days in a row, I'll have to go skate street. I guess it satisfies me to skate everything.
Hey, Jason Rogers, join us on Skate TV. Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it. Watch out for him. He's 16 years old and he's shredded it up.
We're inside the Venture Truck Foundry in San Francisco, California to see how skate trucks are made. Here's the match plate. This is the metal plate that creates the mold in the oil-based sand. These plates are held together in place by the flask which surrounds the plate and holds the sand in place for compressing. Once the sand is packed, the molds are complete. Then molten metal is poured into the molds at the temperature of about 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. The molds are allowed time to cool. Once cooled, each truck is finished to precision measurements, polished and painted. Then each base plate is drilled and the keypin is inserted by hydraulic pressure. All the nuts and bolts are now fixed onto the axle and each truck is tightened to specification. And here's the finished product in action.
Hi, I'm Ray Underhill, and when I'm not out searching for that ultimate skate spot across these United States in this luxury cruising vessel, I'm thinking skate safety, and that simply means use common sense. If you're on a ramp, use pads, and if you're in the streets, just watch out for cars. Simply said, I'm out of here.
Welcome to the deep end. Well, viewers, have I got a beef for you. Check this. And on a less painful note, Here's Skate TV's featured trick of the week.
Featured trickster is Steve Schneer. He goes up into a ham plant, into a handstand, which he calls a ho-ho or a hospital, comes back to the coping. It usually lands him in the hospital, and he makes it. I don't know what he calls it, a ho-ho or a yo-ho or a hospital, but let's see it again in Skate TV Instant Replay. Now, how about a little bit of home viewer video action, all right? All right. Any whatsoever footage of you skating at home, send it in and we might use it. Now let's check out this clip from a hot new videotape concept from Virgin Vision, now on display as video art in Europe. And another Skate TV exclusive featuring such skaters as Tony Hawk and Ray Barbie.
Check it out.
Skate TV is exclusive at home with
Steve Size.
With a special training ramp in his backyard, Steve is one of the younger pros on the Pal Peralta team and is known for his mini ramp skating and wide range of lip tricks. Let's check out Steve Size.
If it was raining or something and I couldn't skate, I'd hate walking to school. I always skated any chance I got. I always hated walking anywhere. Talk to you later. I'm doing an interview, okay? Oh, hi, Dad. So go get Mom. Ooh. Hey, Lisa, pick up the other phone. Mark, could you pick up the other phone? And like the next year, I wanted to build my own ramp here, and I finally got permission. So after about 6 months, it finally started looking kind of like a ramp, and then people started helping out. And then it got built, and on Christmas Day was the first day we got to skate it. And that was fine for like a couple of years. And then after that, the insurance company, they had to recheck the footage of the land. And they came in the backyard and they saw the ramp and they flipped out. You can't have this back here, too close to the house. So we cut it down and it's still gotta go. I go back to school for design. I really like Indian stuff. I don't know if you can see it. This is only the first drawing I did. It's like my name, S-A-I-Z. All right, well, it's part of my family. This is my brother, Marco, Ram, Lisa, my little sister. I remember one time, I was standing out in front of the dryer, and I'm just standing there. My dad comes in, he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nothing." He goes, "Well, why don't you go play?" "Okay, I will." He goes, "Well, go." I go, "Okay." I just stood there. He goes, "What are you doing? What's in the dryer?" I go, "Nothing." He opens it up. It's my brother. I was gonna take him for a ride. because you'll never know. What if this is, you know, what you're supposed to do?
All right. Nice backside air there, huh?
I got that feeling.
You know what time it is?
That feeling. Skate TV mail time.
That's right.
All right, you gonna do it?
Yeah. We got Tom Kelly here from Ventura, California. Tom writes, "Dear dudes, I live in a beach town, so I skate and surf. Some friends and I were talking about which sport is harder. Can you help settle our argument?"
I think the thing about surfing is that when you surf, you have to have ideal conditions. The guys have to be with you, the waves have to be right, the weather has to be nice. But skateboarding is an all-year sport. You can do it anytime, indoor or out. And it gives a lot of kids an opportunity to skate when they want to.
And I think we're out of here now,
That's
man.
it. That is it.
Remember, keep the faith and always skate, all right?
And when you skate, skate safe.
Now prepare yourself for a special Ozone event. It's Shred Fest. Next on Nick.
On today's show, you'll see Santa Cruz star Jeff Kendall, the explosive Ben Schroeder, pool historian Eddie Alguera, street amateur Gabriel Rodriguez, longboard innovator Mr. Brad Stradlin. We'll see how boards are built, and we'll go on location with Mr. Stevie Caballero. And we'll check out some unreal hand plants that you won't want to miss.
Hey, I'm your host, Matthew Lynn. Check out my co-host, Skate Master Tate. That's him on his 4-foot 9-inch board, skating the streets to his hip-hop world beat. Let's check out our first remote. Here's Jeff Kendall at his warehouse.
So where are you from originally?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Tell you, my friends, what's been going on?
Jeff, give us a rundown of the ramp here.
What do you mean? I strictly street skated for the longest time, for like 2 years almost, because there was no ramps to ride. So I came here and we put this together, and I've been doing that ever since. Totally cool. The people that run this, they don't even care. They're into it.
of the week.
Ben Schroeder's this week's Style King. Ben's a strong, aggressive skater who drives his board and his body beyond the limits. With his natural abilities and his all-out style, Ben achieves instant recognition at any ramp. Let's bring him in. His name is Ben. How's it going, Ben?
All right.
We hear you're gonna settle down for a while. You're gonna stay at home, skate it up around here?
Yeah, I'm moving in with my brother in Long Beach, and I'm going to be skating the mini ramp in the backyard. Plus, Vision just built a brand new vert ramp in the warehouse pretty close by, and I'll be skating there every day.
It's great. I know you're a really highly intensive skater when you skate in contests. Do you have any pre-contest things that you go through in your mind?
Well, I used to when I was amateur. I used to just think about it every night, the night before, and the whole time, and just build up. And then the day of the contest, I would just have all this energy built up and just stay on my board, just no matter what, land on my skateboard. The emphasis on consistency holds everybody back. Is they get their set routine and they just stick to it, and they don't just go all out. You know, I heard about a contest in Australia where they had 4 runs and only 1 run counted, and that sounded like they probably went for it pretty much there.
Yeah, and pick the best round that you skate.
Well, just as long as it doesn't hold everybody back, and they don't have to sit there and get the routine and practice and just try not to fall mainly instead of trying to go fast and do good.
You read it all in your free time?
I read a lot.
Do you really? What kind of books?
Charles Bukowski, if you ever heard of him, he's one of my favorite authors.
He's a great author.
Somerset Maugham is, if you ever heard, I'm sure you have, but
yeah,
he's a really detailed author, so I really like him too.
I know you're interested in education. Do you have any plans with it?
Well, now that I'm moving in and settling down, I hope to go to school starting next year, probably won't graduate till I'm 30 or something.
But still, it's the education, something to fall back on.
Yeah, well, that's my main goal, is education right now.
All right, Ben, man, thanks a lot for joining us.
No problem,
really.
man. It was
great.
A pleasure.
Skate. Here's the first batch of hand plants for your horticultural pleasure. Time to meet up with pool legend Eddie Elguera to find out about his life, his family, and his first board.
First board I ever got was wood Hobie with clay wheels. There was a popsicle carton, and it's you send in 4 box tops, and for $4.50, and you got a free board.
Wow, that's crazy. How did you get the name El Gato?
Well, my first sponsors was Hobie skateboards, and every time I'd land on my feet, and I was like smooth and crafty like a cat, and so he just started calling me El Gato. And also, he used to listen to Gato Barbiera, the jazz.
Oh, right.
The jazz.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of Christian music. There's like Christian rap, Christian hard punk, speed metal, and I just listen to pretty much everything. The music I have, it's real positive.
Tell us a little bit about Donna and Malachi and Christopher.
Oh, they're my wife and my wonderful kids. They're little terrorizers. I built them, Malachi and Christopher, little half-pipe beds. And they kind of terrorize on that, jump off the top and stuff. And my wife, she's full-on supportive. She's like 100% back.
Behind the skating, behind the kids skating, behind your skating and everything?
Yeah. I don't really push my kids that much skating because they're still real young. But they do. Whenever they have a chance, I let them, I have a board set up. And I built this ramp on the side of my house where there's a little dirt patch because I didn't want to mess up the lawn. Got to keep the lawn up.
You got to keep that green. I hear you're a big-time cattle rancher. What up with that?
Not big time. I just, when I stopped skating for a while, I went out to Mexico. My grandfather had some land, and he had some cattle. I kind of went out there. Then it wasn't really for me right now in my life. Like, I started in the pool, so you could get a lot of speed and just carve just like you're surfing. I surf a little bit.
You still like to simulate that surfing?
Yeah.
You're a sidewalk surfer.
Yeah, I'm a sidewalk surfer at heart.
Let's check in with Jim Fitzpatrick and find out how boards are made.
All right, we're here in the Powell Peralta Skateboard Wood Shop where all of the boards are shaped and formed into boards. We start, our basic construction is 7 layers of rock-hard maple. It's grown back east. The contour, the concave is already molded in. So this is the first step of actual production where the truck holes are drilled in. All 8 are drilled simultaneously. There's a laser light that lines up the center of the board so that there's no mistaking. The center line has to be absolutely perfect so the board will line up and skate properly. So then those boards are taken over to the router machines where they're cut out. Each board has its own shape, whether it's a full size or mini size. And of course, you can't run out and buy equipment like this. You've got to develop this equipment all by yourself. So this method of manufacture is similar to all the other companies. So the next stage of production is the sanding of the rails. Each one of the drums has a different grit of sandpaper on it, and they'll go through and sand the rails so they finally get to the final stage of sanding is hand sanding on the decks and turning the edge of the rail. All of the mechanical sanding is done. They've gone through about 5 different grades of sandpaper, and the last step is the quality control, the QC the boards to make sure that the sanding was done, the truck holes are drilled properly, and all of that work is done. It's all done by hand, the final stage of sanding. We're in the silk screening room. Back in the wood shop room, we saw that each board has its own particular shape, and what continues to separate boards from other boards is the graphics that are on them, and it's all done through a silk screening process. So we start here. I've got a blank board, a Steve-sized board. It's come out of the wood shop. It's had a finish put on it, a sealant finish, and it's now ready for the graphics to be applied to it that'll make this a real Steve-sized skateboard. Well, the silk screen process is not much different than any silk screen process anywhere, whether it's for a skateboard or a t-shirt or a poster. The screens are, the photographic process is used to put the image on the screens, and each color on a design has its own separate screen. So this is the black part of the design for a McGill Street model. And in some cases, the black is being used as a highlight. In other cases, it's being used as a background color. So if you have a skateboard with 5 or 6 different colors in the finished design, it means that there were 5 or 6 different screens that were used to actually lay down each color. Special inks are used. They have to be fast drying. Particular colors are all developed for each particular design.
Coming up next on Skate TV, we'll learn about longboards with Brad Stradlin, ride shotgun with Gabriel Rodriguez, catch air with Stevie Caballero, and check out some more awesome hand plants.
Hey now, there's more shredding to come on Nick.
There's her house. Yeah. I wonder which room is hers. Hey, there's her dog. Lucky dog. There's her dad. Bet she's washing her hair.
Guess who's at McDonald's? Guess who's at McDonald's?
I have a sudden and overwhelming urge for some fries.
Yes!
Kellogg's Corn Flakes presents Cornelius Rooster. Nothing gets you crowing in the morning like Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Part of this complete breakfast.
Yikes! Strikes! Fruit strike gun! stripe of fun. Pick a flying flip-flop, throw a roll, pop, yikes, stripes, and fruit stripe gum. A really wilder, a ton of fun a miler, a flavor overloader, wild fruit exploder. Yikes, stripes, fruit stripe gum. Men from outer space, plunk a pop in your face. Fruity flavors in the pack, gooey gobble, pink smack, yikes, stripes.
Fruit stripe gum and bubble gum.
Now back to Nick Shred. Shred Fest.
Welcome back. We're here with Brad Stradlin, one of my early influences at longboarding. Brad, you know I didn't just wake up one day and go down and cut a tree. You know you were there in the early days and influenced me a lot with my longboarding. What got you started?
Well, I would say that I wanted to skate as much like I surfed as possible. In other words, my early influences were from surfing, not so much from skating, and riding a longboard is a lot more like surfing.
In skating now, who were some of your early influences?
Well, Tom Sims influenced me a lot like Jerry Lopez did. He was very stylish and smooth and very concerned about that. I liked Jay Adams. I compared to Dane. He was very aggressive. He wouldn't just go do a grinding. He'd knock the coping block off. Dane was much like that, too. And Tom Inouye influenced me like Larry Bertleman did. A lot of thought into lines and where he was going in the pool, carving,
a lot of thought,
so forth.
Thought pattern.
Right, exactly.
Let's take a walk over to your quiver here.
All right.
Why don't you explain your boards to us?
Well, I got two pool boards. These two are both them. They're lighter and a little bit more maneuverable than my other boards. I've got my downhill board and I've got my high jump board here. And when you're riding longboards, you need a quiver because there's more limitations because of the extra length in the boards. So they have to be dialed in.
Explain a little bit on the high jump board, for instance. What's different between the high jump board and one of your pool boards?
Well, the high jump board would be a little bit thicker and able to take the abuse that it takes from jumping up and down
More
on it.
plies, you're talking like an 8 to 10 ply instead of 7?
Right, thicker and tougher wood. Right.
Pool boards.
Pool boards are lighter, more maneuverable, faster wheels, and more finely tuned.
Let's talk about wheels now. I know you've been into wheels and bearings for years. You were one of the first cats ever to have like the fastest bearings. You have a pair of bearings that are 8 years old and a set of wheels, don't you?
Right, yeah. I've got these bearings are the old TRWs. They're 8 years old, and they are still faster than anything anybody's using these days. Of course, in the old gyro wheels with the hubs. It doesn't necessarily have to be new to be good.
Tell us a bit now about the style part of it, the length. You're constantly on what size board?
Well, I ride, the smallest board I ride is a 44. The largest is about a 48. I use the 48s in the downhill and stuff. I didn't bring any of those with me. Like I said, the shorter boards are for the more maneuverable stuff.
Now the style part of it.
Well, basically, when you're riding a longer board, it's just like riding a longer surfboard. You know, you don't do as many maneuvers. You're looking more at where you're placing yourself and more about how you look when you're skating. You know, I'm not trying to impress anybody with maneuvers. We're just trying to go out there and have fun. Like I said, I surfed before I skateboarded, so that's what I wanted to bring into skateboarding.
A lot of kids started off the other way, skated, then got into surfing.
Right, and that's why we're seeing so many more radical maneuvers in surfing now. Larry Bertleman approached this many years ago while wanting to refine his surfing techniques and get more rad and do more maneuvers in surfing.
That's when the 360 came out in surfing, right, with the Rabbit Bartholomew and stuff?
Right, he was very interested in doing aerials, and he saw skaters doing them consistently and wanted to study that and apply it to surfing, which he did very well. And like I said, we got a lot from Larry, too.
And now you got surfers like Christian Fletcher who are actually doing indie airs, backside airs on waves.
Right, and I believe that that's something that skateboarding gave back to surfing.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you for coming, Brad.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for influencing me.
Great.
Take care. Coming at you with some more hand plants. Check them out. paid, I guess, when you're sponsored professional, and when you're amateur, you don't. That's all I know, pretty much.
Is there names for speed tricks?
Yeah, there is. Like 50-50s on the hand roll, frontside rail slides, lip slides on rail slides, pivot to fakies on quarter pipe and stuff.
Did I miss something? Do you have any pets?
Yeah. I have 3 dogs, a chicken, and a
chicken?
A cat, yeah.
You have a chicken. What's the chicken's name?
Pepita.
Pepita.
No, Pepita.
Pepita?
Yeah.
The chicken's name is Pepita.
No,
I can't say it.
Pepita.
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 Your board is like all ripped up. How long does it take to go through a board?
It usually takes me like about a little less than a week and a half. My board gets real thrashed. It just takes like about.
Does it break in half? I mean, can you?
No,
break
it doesn't. Like the tails chipped, the nose chipped and stuff, the sides.
You have to replace the board like every week and a half?
Yeah, every week and a half.
Wow. It gets real expensive, especially if you're not sponsored.
Yeah, I think I'd probably still be skating if I wasn't sponsored, regardless or anything.
Yeah.
I'd still be skating.
Pepita.
Pepita.
Hey, don't fight it, fight it. As usual, we're gonna start off the deep end with a gruesome beef. Here's a beef from Out of Focus, the new Alva video. Don't worry, he's okay. Hitting that shore break, into a hipper to step to shallow end face slider, shallow end tranny, shore break slammer. Ah! We've got one great trick of the week for you today on Skate TV. Check it out. Here's Tony Hawk with a Shove It 360. Check that out. Oh, shove it. The board goes a complete 360s revolution. He lands on it and comes down so smooth. Let's check out our selection for the home viewer video. Here's a home viewer video from the San Fernando Valley in California. Come on, I know you've been thinking about it. Come on, send them to me, to Skate TV Kara Tate. We need those home viewer videos. Let's scan a bit, come on. Here's another clip from the series of Poor Sports videos from Rocco in San Jose, California. This one called Les Mouches. And now here's our transfer over bumper into Stevie Caballero's action. Howdy, we're here with Steve Caballero, independent Pal Peralta skater. Hey, can we start all over? We're with Steve Caballero here. We're here with Steve Caballero at the San Jose warehouse. Action. Come
on, bring it down a bit, would you? Is my left leg in frame? Do I look in the camera? So, let's do this over. This is weak. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Are you ready for dialogue? You know what usually happens when that happens? You usually get it done first take and laugh. Right? Rolling. At the San Jose ramp and talking to Steve Caballero. Hope you liked it. Enjoy. Justice. That's what you find. Just us.
On a groove, a hand on the back is the forward attack to open eyes and ears to knock the soul out. People hear from the bass, they're coming down from above. It's the knowledge, wisdom, peace, and most of all love. Life can be tough when you ruthless and rough. On a regular 40 people who are trying to stay up. The man does just do the bass. The man does just do the bass. The man does just do the bass. The man does just do the bass.
Coming up, a Nickelodeon Studios update. After this message from Pizza Hut, making it great.
For an awesome dinner tonight, call Pizza Hut for the double cheeseburger pizza. Get one medium for $8.99, or better yet, get a second.